Beneath the surface of Hollywood's family-friendly world, there was another scene, darker, dirtier, and far more dangerous. A scene where animators broke every rule, turned cartoons into chaos, and created films that were too wild for mainstream audiences. These are the X-rated cartoons you won't believe actually exist. 10. King Dick, 1973. We begin our journey with one of the most outrageous hidden relics of adult animation, King Dick. This medieval parody is as raunchy as its title suggests. Set in a kingdom overflowing with lust, betrayal, and absurd humor, it tells the tale of a perverse monarch whose adventures redefine the word unholy. The animation is crude, the jokes are unapologetically explicit, and the tone is pure chaos. Yet beneath the filth lies the spirit of 70s underground rebellion, a time when artists dared to make cartoons that could offend, provoke, and make you laugh all at once. 9. Heavy Traffic, 1973. Ralph Bakshi's semi-autobiographical masterpiece, Heavy Traffic, dives headfirst into the gritty underworld of New York City. It's a surreal blend of live action and animation that follows a young cartoonist navigating a world of violence, lust, and despair. Every frame feels like a fever dream, grimy, shocking, and painfully real. Bakshi uses his signature rotoscope technique to blur fantasy and reality, painting a portrait of urban decay that's both repulsive and mesmerizing. It's a film that doesn't just tell a story, it makes you feel the madness of the streets.
You're on. What you gonna do about it? I mean, you're on for a few days till I hook it up.
Yeah, sure, of course. Right on.
8. Fritz the Cat, 1972. The film that broke every boundary. Fritz the Cat was the first ever X-rated animated movie, and it caused an earthquake in the world of animation. Adapted from Robert Crumb's underground comic, it follows Fritz, a cynical, sex-obsessed feline exploring drugs, politics, and counterculture in a chaotic version of 1960s America. The film is loud, obscene, and brilliant, a scathing reflection of youth, rebellion, and disillusionment. What made Fritz the Cat so shocking wasn't just its explicit content, but its truth, a mirror held up to a generation losing faith in everything.
Up and down the four corners of this big old world. I've seen it all.
7. The 9 Lives of Fritz the Cat, 1974. After the explosion caused by the original, The 9 Lives of Fritz the Cat pushed things even further. Without Bakshi or Crumb involved, the sequel takes Fritz into bizarre alternate realities, from being a Nazi pilot to an astronaut in space. Each life becomes a darkly satirical take on politics, war, and American greed. It's sleazier, stranger, and somehow even more unhinged than the first. Critics hated it, but over time it became a cult favorite, a twisted snapshot of how adult animation refused to die quietly.
You were dead, man. I mean, I thought they got you.
Fritz, you ain't changed a bit. You still don't know where it's at.
6. American Pop, 1981. A true emotional epic in animated form. American Pop is Ralph Bakshi's ambitious chronicle of 4 generations of musicians chasing dreams and heartbreak through the 20th century. From jazz clubs to rock arenas, the film paints a vivid portrait of how art and pain intertwine. The rotoscope animation gives the story a haunting realism, and the soundtrack, featuring Janis Joplin, Hendrix, and more, pulses with nostalgia. American Pop proved that adult animation could be more than erotic or violent. It could be soulful, tragic, and human.
Hysterical naked, dragging themselves to the Negro streets at dawn looking for an angry fix. Angel-headed hipsters! Burning!
5. Hey, Good Lookin, 1982. Raw, gritty, and unapologetically street-level, Hey, Good Lookin captures 1950s Brooklyn like no other animated film. Blending gang culture, violence, and teenage rebellion, it follows Vinny and Crazy Shapiro through a world where every dream is tainted by chaos. Bakshi's rotoscope technique makes every scene drip with attitude, a smoky cocktail of rock and roll, delinquency, and desire. The movie feels alive, restless, and dangerous, an animated time capsule of a youth culture too wild to be contained.
Hey, that Vinny sucks. Who he thinks he is anyway? What's he doing running your stompers?
4. Bebe's Kids, 1992. A notorious comedy that defined early 90s animation with pure attitude. Based on Robin Harris's stand-up routine, Bebe's Kids follows a man stuck babysitting 4 uncontrollable kids who wreak havoc on an amusement park. What makes it iconic isn't just the humor, it's the energy. The film broke barriers as one of the first major black animated features, blending sharp social commentary with outrageous comedy. Bebe's Kids was loud, rebellious, and proud of it, a cartoon that refused to play by anyone's rules. Without parent or guardian. 3. Hair High, 2004. Bill Plimpton's twisted vision of high school romance and horror, Hair High, is as disturbing as it is hilarious. Set in the 1950s, it tells the story of 2 perfect students who die tragically and return from the grave to finish their prom night. The animation is grotesque and mesmerizing, filled with exaggerated expressions and surreal visuals. Plimpton turns teenage love into something monstrous, turning the familiar into the absurd. Hair High is the kind of film that makes you laugh, cringe, and question your own sanity in the best possible way.
Well, Rod, think about it. Maybe one day you'll get tired of that same old car.
2. Chico and Rita, 2010. Not every X-rated cartoon is obscene. Some are simply too passionate for younger audiences. Chico and Rita is a gorgeous, sensual love story set in 1940s Havana and New York. The film follows a talented pianist and a beautiful singer whose love is as fiery as their music. It's about passion, art, betrayal, and the sacrifices made in pursuit of dreams. The animation is fluid and elegant, drenched in jazz and nostalgia. Chico and Rita proves that adult animation can be poetic, that eroticism and emotion can dance together without shame. One. Coonskin, 1975. At the top of the list is Coonskin, Ralph Bakshi's most controversial and daring film. A brutal mix of live action and animation, it tackles racism, crime, and corruption with a blend of satire and shock. The story follows anthropomorphic characters surviving in a violent urban jungle, while the visuals explode with symbolism and anger. It was banned, protested, and condemned, yet it remains one of the most fearless pieces of animated filmmaking ever created. Coonskin is not just a film, it's a statement, a rebellion against censorship, conformity, and comfort.
You can take me. Come on, fella.
If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden corners of cinema, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and most importantly, subscribe to Cinemira for more strange, forgotten, and fascinating films. Your support keeps this adventure alive. And trust me, there's so much more to discover together.